Hello, this is Kate, and this is your weekly oracle card reading. And today I'm going to be using Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy oracle cards. So the first card that I'm going to turn over is going to represent the beginning of the week, so Monday, Tuesday. And we've got the card of release. So I'll just zoom in here. And this card says, work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. So the beginning of the week, we're going to have some opportunities of becoming aware of the things that are holding us back and being able to release those things and let go a little bit. And I think sometimes it's really obvious what's holding us back, so it could be like a negative belief or even just negative thinking in general. But other times it's not always obvious what it is that we need to release. And I think what's important to remember is that it's more the intention to discover what it is you need to let go of that's more powerful than actually knowing what it is. So if you go into the beginning of the week with that intention of discovering what you need to let go of, then events will unfold in a way that is going to make you more aware of what it is that you can release. Another note about that is you want to pay attention to any areas in your body that's really tense. So just notice where in your body you hold your tension. So if you're one of those people that hold their tension like in their neck and their shoulders, or maybe even in your lower back, that's one kind of access point to discovering what it is you're kind of holding on to. So we often will store our fears and any kind of rejected feelings or emotions. We'll store it in our body as tension. And so that's one thing to just kind of be mindful of starting this week, is being aware of any areas where we're really tense and just seeing if we can kind of breathe into those areas and just let our bodies relax a little bit more and just kind of explore what that tension's about. And so one way to do this is to go to a yoga class and do some more stretching, or even just doing some meditation and some deep breathing around this area and seeing if we can kind of delve into our tension a little bit more. And then moving on into the middle of the week, we've got the Crown Chakra card. So this card says, pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. And I think an important thing to mention about this card is that it's all about being open. So being open to guidance, being open to kind of hearing the voice of our higher self, and being open to receive inspiration. So like divine inspiration. And I think the more you release, so the more you, at the beginning of the week, the more you work on that releasing anything that doesn't serve you anymore, and the more you kind of release your tension, the easier a time you're going to have with opening and being more receptive. So of course the crown chakra, it often has to do with meditation and just being able to hear the voice of either your higher self or of your angels or your spirit guides. And there's this reminds me of a really nice saying, and the saying is something like, the voice of your mind shouts and the voice of your heart whispers. So you have to be very, very quiet and very present and alert to hear the kind of whisperings of your heart. And I think that kind of goes the same to the voice of your higher self. You have to be very kind of alert and present to be able to receive guidance from your higher self or from your spirit guides. So I think near the center of the week, you really want to make time for meditation and make time for being present and listening to any kind of divine guidance. And so moving on to the end of the week, so the weekend, and we've got singing and dancing. And it says, express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. So the end of the week sees us celebrating, kind of letting go a little bit more, and really kind of enjoying our bodies. And I think this card kind of matches up nicely to the release card, because often through singing and dancing, energy is released. So any kind of energetic blocks that you have building up in your body often can be released through dancing and through singing as well. They can be both very healing, healing activities. So the end of the week sees us celebrating, really celebrating that, the release, and then also that inspiration that comes later on in the week. And so the end of the week is really a time of just relaxing, letting go, and just enjoying things and celebrating. And if you're thinking of maybe trying out a dance class, or even trying a singing class or karaoke or something like that, this card is just letting you know that now is the right time to do it, and not to hold back or doubt yourself anymore. Okay, so that's what our week is going to look like, and I'm just going to take these cards down, and I'm going to draw one last card just to kind of wrap things up. Okay, so this last card is Earth Angel, and it says, "You are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love." And so this card is just a reminder of what your higher purpose is, and just to remind us to always kind of keep this kind of in the forefront of our attention as we go through our daily lives. And it's kind of easy, I think, to get caught up in the, the humanness of our lives. And this is just a reminder to kind of tap into what your divine purpose is. And one of the things that Doreen Virtue suggests in the companion book to these cards is that if you're gonna teach others about love and about loving themselves and being loving towards one another, you want to really lead by example, and particularly when it comes to having love for yourself. So one of the suggestions she makes is making a list of all the things that you like about yourself. And I think she says to come up with at least a certain number. I can't remember if it was 8 or 10 things. And come up with 10 things that you absolutely love about yourself. And if you have a hard time doing that, you can start with the things that you like about yourself, and then gradually move up to the things that you love about yourself. So I think the theme of this week is really kind of practicing self-love, and practicing noticing and appreciating the things about ourselves that we really want to celebrate, and the things that we really love and really want to accept about ourselves. And I think it's also about having love and acceptance for the aspects of ourselves that we maybe aren't proud of, or we don't, society doesn't necessarily reward. And so having kind of acceptance, total acceptance, and sending love to those parts of ourselves that we aren't used to accepting. Okay, so this has been your weekly Oracle card reading, and I hope you found it helpful, and thank you so much for joining me.